So this greenhouse, it's about 3 months old after transplanting. After transplanting, so if you add the nursery stage, it should be like 4 months old. Let's say approximately 4 months old, because it takes about 3 weeks to 1 month, 3 weeks to 40 days. That's 21 days to 40 days to have your nursery ready, and then you transplant, and from then you have 2 months to fruiting, 2 to 3 months to fruiting. So this is the stage where this bell is at, and you can see the conditions. You can see the conditions underlying. Now, what are the conditions? This is a 30 centimeter spacing on a ridge, a 50 centimeter ridge, 50 meters ridge, and then 30 centimeter transplanted, soil treatment done, soil enhancement done with biofertilizers and biomanures, and then before transplanting, and then after transplanting they continue with a quality procedure, daily procedure and routine for their crops. One of the routines that I've seen that we can all see is the vegetative parts. You can see the leaves are doing pretty okay. And then that's because the spraying plan is being followed. And then after that, that's the vegetative part. Then you go to the roots. That's the soil preparation, which I've spoken about earlier. After that, the feeding. Now there's a feeding plan for these crops. You see, fertigation, call it fertigation. So the fertigation plan in check, which helps to keep the fruit healthy, the tree healthy, and then also to fruits, like you can see. So this is one plant, and here are like 2 fruits on the first cluster. This is the first cluster. Some you get 3, that's 1 here, and then some you get 2. These greenhouse have not been harvested, so they've not harvested from this. And then this is like the second cluster. There should be a fruit here, and then as well as here, and then sometimes you get a third, or a third. So 3, 4 at maximum of 4 per cluster, and then minimum of 3, or minimum of 2. There's always minimum of 2, but it depends on your practice. Your plant can abort, and then you have less. So here is 3. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. So that's 3. Although that's because they maintain the third branch here. So yeah, overall, that's the practice you've seen. And above, you can see other practices being maintained, which is the shade nets here. To you can see they moved it a bit, but it was installed at first to regulate the temperature and the environment in the greenhouse, especially when they started fruiting. That's the stage where the shade net is needed. In fact, from transplanting till they start fruiting, you can have a shade net, and depending on your environment as well. After that, you watch your plant, and if your plant, even if your plants are old and your environment or temperature is quite hot, you can always reinstall your shade net, because it helps your flowers to stay and don't abort. So overall it's a very good practice and result as well. So we continue practices like this. The pruning, I didn't mention pruning also. I think pruning was done here today. So this has been pruned, the lower leaves taken off, and then weak and also older leaves taken off. But this is a new plant, so they don't even have weak, they barely have weak plants. This could be a weakness, a sign of takeoff, and then that you might need to take this off, this. So yeah, overall pruning, trellising, like you can see. So it's all overall good practice. Here we at.